Hey, what's up guys, TechVid Kid here. Thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. So today, we're going to be repairing this completely beat up laptop. And we're going to see what we can do to it right after the intro. So now, let's go ahead and get the laptop a charger. So now to see which one actually fits, because I didn't get a charger with this. Does this fit? The base tip fits just fine. Okay, let's go ahead and get this thing hooked up to power. And I don't see any lights right now. Oh, light! I got a light. Okay, guys. So, we've gotten the light. We've gotten a power LED. Not sure. So the owners of this laptop had requested that at least the data could be saved off of the laptop, since I don't think they really have high hopes for the actual laptop being saved, but let's just go ahead and see what we can do. So, yeah, the charger just fell down and pulled down my entire keyboard with it. No, it did not. Okay, so we've gotten like a decent... Okay. Hey, you guys can see the camera that I'm using, the Flip Minnow. Okay, so let's go ahead and boot it up. 3, 2, 1. Oh. I'm hearing something. Oh. Well, I mean, oh, it's starting up. It's starting up. Okay. Inside H2O BIOS. Oh, look. Looks like... Huh. Looks like the laptop's already working. So, continue. So, here we see resuming Windows. So, this has Windows 7 on it. Very nice. Windows Vista is better. That's just my honest opinion. Sorry. I've gotten, like, a Vista laptop over here, the best laptop I've ever owned. Oh, there we go. We got the default Toshiba background, and we got owner. So we have a Toshiba logo as the, like, user icon. Oh! Looks like there was... Oh, they were using something on here. Oh, no, oh, no. Okay, minimize! Oh, no. Okay, this part's definitely getting cut out. So, time to do some changes. 2001? Okay, guys, I'm back. So, the reason why I did not show you anything after that Kogat thing was because everything else was actually very personal information that was already opened up, and actually I might not have even shown you the Kogat thing, depending on if there was anything personal on that. So, for some reason the laptop thinks that the date is January the 18th of 2001. Yeah, buddy, I don't think that it's actually that day anymore. I think that was 21 years ago, from what I last remembered, at least. I mean, we could still be trapped in a simulation, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna be right back after I close out of these few tabs and windows here, because we do not want any personal data being leaked on the show. Okay, guys, so now that we're back, I had to cut the video there because there was a lot of personal stuff in that last shot. But here we go. Let's go ahead and check out the battery, 0% available. Plugged in, charging. Consider replacing your battery. Ooh, the battery's probably dead. That is normal because my HP laptop over there has had 3 battery replacements, and the third one is still working, kinda. So, yeah, here we can see how we don't have that much luck here with the battery, but maybe we'll have some luck with specs. So what spec does this machine have? Let's go ahead and view it. I went wrong one. Performance. Oh no, wait, this is Windows 7. Why am I looking in here? I should be looking in not in the notepad. Dev mgmt.msc. Fun fact, if you want to look up like any system connected devices on Windows, you can go ahead and click Windows and R at the same time and type in dev mgmt.msc and hit enter. And it should, yeah, there. It should bring up Device Management Console, where you can go ahead and view what devices are connected to your system. And let's go ahead and view. So, processors. It has a quad core, very nice. Intel Core i3 2310M. That's 2.1 gigahertz. The graphics chip on this thing is just a regular Intel HD graphics card. And the computer itself is a Toshiba laptop, so it's a Toshiba brand, obviously, because at that era, Toshiba was extremely popular. So after the HP era came the Toshiba era once again. So from 1999 to 2004, it was pretty much Toshiba rules. Then it was HP from 2005 to 2011. And then 2012 to 2015, it was Toshiba again, and then after that, they kind of just died down. And this is just in Windows market share. If it was in general, then Mac would have taken over, like, in a bunch of other years. It would have been very random. So, looks like, so now that we know what specs we have, how much RAM do we have? That's something that I should have checked earlier when we were in the task manager. So we currently have, ooh, is that 3 gigabytes that I'm seeing? How much? I think this is only a 3 gigabyte RAM system. Ooh, I know where to check. I can go into control panel. Okay, just a second, guys. There might be some personal information in the start menu. Ah, never mind. Nothing bad. Just some apps like Word and Google Chrome. Okay, where's computer? So I'm gonna go ahead and right click that and hit properties. And then we can view that this is indeed 3 gigabytes of RAM, as I had suspected earlier. It is a quad-core 2310M, as I said earlier. And it is a Toshiba Satellite C6x5. Ooh, I remember this. I was actually using one of these at a aftercare place a long time ago. The exact model. So let's go ahead and see. So we have Toshiba's old support number. That number probably redirects you to what do you call it? To Dynabook's support center, because if you haven't heard the news yet, Toshiba is dead. It's now a different company has bought Toshiba's laptop division, so Satellite and all of those Toshiba laptops are now owned by this company called Dynabook. Toshiba is really not having a good time right now. This time is probably like their worst time ever. So it's running Windows 7 Home Premium, Service Pack 1. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the data off of this thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and like get a backup of the hard drive. and be right back. So yeah, guys, I'll be back right after that. Okay, guys, so now I've gotten all of the user's data off of the computer, so now it is time to format it. So let's go ahead and spam F8 on startup. Since I've looked online, there's no really real way to access the recovery partition, so I'm just gonna assume that it's inside of the repair your computer menu, because on HP computers I have had experiences, and also on Dell computers, where the recovery manager is inside of the repair options menu, the startup repair menu. And I believe we also tried that in the HP Omni desktop restoration video. So yeah, let's go ahead and, okay, so system recovery options. Let's go ahead and hit next. Go ahead and choose owner. Okay, because there is no password. And then here we have the options for Toshiba Recovery Wizard, as I thought so. So now let's go ahead and run a Toshiba system recovery. Oh, what? When recovery is executed, all data will be deleted and rewritten unless recovery of factory default software with user's data option is selected in setup. Okay. So please connect AC adapter. I believe we have connected that. So let's see. Okay. There. So let's go ahead and hit yes. Okay, so recovery of factory default software. I believe that's, or recovery of factory default software with user data. We do not need the user data because it's on a separate hard drive. Erase hard disk. Ooh, I don't want to delete the Toshiba partition. This is really, wait, what? Toshiba, you've made it really hard to choose now. I don't even understand what these mean, but I'm going to assume that since this is recovered to out-of-box state, that means it's going to keep the Toshiba partition and just like completely restore the hard drive to as it would have been from whenever you bought this computer. So let's hit next. Okay, recovery. Yep, okay. Oh, that's cool. They have like a recover to custom size partition thing as well. So now, next. All partitions will be deleted and you will lose data on hard disk. Next. Initializing partition. So now it's going to go ahead and start the data recovery process. And we're going to go ahead and get the computer back to like its factory state. So how it would have been when you would have bought this computer, I don't know, 12 years ago. This computer is probably from 2010 era. And yeah. This laptop did officially support Windows Vista and Windows XP in 2000. So this laptop has a lot of software support, and Toshiba has actually given us drivers to do that. So maybe in the future we can, like, I'm probably going to install Windows Vista on here on my own time, because I kind of want Windows Vista on here as well, since if you've been watching the channel for a while, you might know that Windows Vista is my favorite Windows version. I do not really like Windows 10, and I do not really like Dell, because I've had the worst experiences with Dell. Literally earlier today, my computer from school decided its GPU was gonna fail, so it started having graphical glitches. Very lovely. But yeah, so that happened. And also my Dell tablets, the Venue 8 Pro, is also now having BSOD issues, along with my Dell gaming laptop that I just upgraded from to the almighty Mac Mini, the new M1 model. Watch the unboxing, it's on the channel. And yeah, Dell has just been a terrible experience. Like, the only Dell that I've had that's been good in terms of like reliability is the Dell that's sitting right below this Toshiba. So there's a Dell Inspiron 153521 that's underneath this Toshiba right now. And that's the most reliable Dell laptop I've ever had. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into a time lapse. Oh, never mind. It's copying files now. So it is formatted the hard drive, or at least every partition other than the recovery partition. And now I guess it's starting its restore. Yep, there we go. So it's now recovering the hard disk. We see lapsed time. I think they meant to say elapsed because, like, if you can see right here, it says lapsed time. Kind of funny spelling mistake here on Toshiba's end. So, oh, there. So we have. It's now recovering. It's gotten 1% done. So let's go ahead and jump into a time lapse in 3, 2, 1. Okay guys, so now that we're out of that time lapse, by the way, the reason why the video cut is because the battery died on this camera, so I switched to the flip. So now let's go ahead and hit finish, and it's rebooting. Toshiba, leading innovation. So Windows is loading files. Pretty much like to the welcome screen. So yeah guys, now, oh, there we go. So let's go ahead and, it's configuring our system. guys, so now it's in the setup assistance for Windows 7. So this is the Toshiba setup assistant. So let's go ahead and explore this. Toshiba, leading innovation. So username, we'll go ahead and set that as owner. Password. And then the password hint is you do not get a hint. I accept the Windows terms and I accept the Toshiba terms. I totally read all of it. Install only important updates. Now to go ahead and find my time zone. Home network. So one of the cool features about this computer was that it had Face ID. Yeah, you heard me right. It had Face ID in 2010. So Toshiba computers had that. A lot of them did. From 2007 to 2015. Okay guys, so here we are back on the desktop. So it finished, and as we can see at the bottom, we have like a really old version of Google Chrome. We have Windows Media Center, File Explorer, Internet Explorer, whatever this is, Toshiba Bookplace, nice, and Toshiba Bulletin Board, and for some reason Best Buy. I'm not sure why that's on here, but okay guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and try to fix as much of this laptop as we can. So what this includes is we're gonna be going ahead and replacing the thermal paste. If I can find some extra RAM, then we will be upgrading the laptop's RAM, because let's be honest here, the RAM is a bit too low. 3 gigabytes in 2021 is just not going to make the cut. So we're going to go ahead and steal some RAM from a different laptop. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll have to steal some RAM from this. So now let's go ahead and disassemble it. So here I will also be gluing certain parts of the computer that fell off back on. So this part used to be on top of, covering one of the hinges, but now it's broken off. So, and then the other side hinge, I don't know where that part is, that just disappeared, I never got it. So now let's go ahead and gently close it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and flip this over. Okay, so the first step is quite obviously going to be removing the battery. So to do that, we have a switch, a regular switch, and then here we have a spring-loaded switch. So holding back the spring-loaded one and unlocking the non-spring-loaded switch, we can go ahead and use these little grip tabs here to pull out the battery. I hope. Please. Okay, there. So now we can go ahead and get to disassembling the rest of the laptop. So the first step would be to load up an iFixit guide. Okay guys, so now we can go ahead and start the actual disassembly. So first steps first, let's go ahead and flip over the laptop. And we have a screw right over here. So let's go ahead and remove that. That is the hard drive cage screw. So let's set this to the side and get our handy dandy screwdriver out. That always sits in this position no matter what video I'm making. Just stays here. I actually never move it. So now we can go ahead and remove these screws for the first time, I think. I don't think somebody's been in here before. Ooh, that's dusty. Yeah, definitely no one's been in here. Okay, so that is really dusty. Ooh, dust can damage things, so you do always want to clean out your electronics and check them for dust every once in a while, because it's a good idea to clean it out. I'm just telling you, you don't have to, but like, just some advice that I'd like to throw in there. Where's my brush? Huh, that's weird. The cleaning brush isn't here, I guess. Just took a break. Okay. Oh, just continue on. So, pulling on this tab. What? Oh, there's a screw. Well, clearly I cannot see. Now that we have that screw removed, I really do need to get a bigger table to make these videos. So now we have the hard drive out. I'm just gonna go ahead and set the battery somewhere else. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up a chair. There, this chair can be holding some components now. Okay, so after we do that, what's our next step? And we're gonna be using our handy dandy tool, iFixit. It's always a good idea to consult iFixit whenever you're like disassembling something for the first time. It's just a good idea. Okay, so the next step would be to remove this screw labeled F6. See, here's the useful thing about Toshiba computers. They always label everything for you just to make it so much easier for you to disassemble stuff. So say your computer breaks, well, Toshiba's got your back. They will help you. Wait, wrong screw. Not yet. So, it was actually this one that's labeled F3. That's next to your serial number tag. So, we'll go ahead and remove that screw. And here's our CD drive. Doesn't seem very dusty. So, let's just go ahead and set that screw back inside. So now, the next step would be getting the screw here. So now, here's another pull tab. Another like plastic cover here, and here's a RAM. So apparently this thing actually uses 2 RAM sticks. Not very good, but whatever. Okay, there's one. Get out. There. And there's 2. Props to Toshiba for actually using 2 sticks of RAM instead of being stupidly cheap and using 1 stick. Because come on, it's gonna be faster. And this is why people love Toshiba so much. No wonder. So now, the next step, there are 2 screws here. Wait, I just realized we didn't even have to remove the RAM. Okay, back inside you go, because I do not have enough space for you to just be lying around. Okay, so now there's 2 screws over here to remove. Get out. There. Here's one. Where should I put this one? Aha! No, wait. Okay, why do I have so much stuff on this table? You know what? I'll be back in a second. So now, to set this door over here. No? There, more space. So here, and let's go ahead and get this screw out. And then there's like a bunch of screws that you have to remove around the casing. So every single screw that you see here has to be removed. on the bottom of every single screw that's on the bottom of the computer. Okay, so now we have to flip this thing open, which is what I'm scared for because it's literally half broken on the hinges. So now, I believe that's all we have to do. And now, to continue to separate the casing using our flathead and then our fingers. Oh, well, looks like I wasn't even supposed to take that part off yet. The keyboard comes out first. Okay, so there's a strip here that you will need to remove. There we go. And there's more screws. So Phillips head. Okay, somebody go and take Phillips head. Philip, how are you everywhere? And why do we need your head to take apart computers? Now you should go ahead and organize all of your screws. And there. I believe there we go. Yep, and now we can go ahead and release this. Ooh, how do you do that? So I figured out that you were supposed to pull on that to remove it. There we go, we got a keyboard. I'm also going to go ahead and set the CD drive over here as well, since I feel like it would be better to set it over there. There. And then now we can go ahead and set these. Ooh, that is dusty. What else is connected? Oh, there's this cable as well. So there's a cable underneath here that is like connecting the power button. And there's another cable underneath here. So if you can see that, where I'm showing, it's right underneath where the power button is. There we go. And finally we have it. The top case. And an extremely dusty motherboard. Okay. Okay guys, so we have a brush. Yay. So now we can go ahead and do the joyous task of cleaning up this board. So let's go ahead and get a close-up cam here. So look at how much dust is on this board. We're just going to go ahead and use this toothbrush to get it all off. I can go ahead and start removing this motherboard. Oh, and that's the wrong screw head. So let's go ahead and switch back to the main camera. And there is one screw here on the motherboard next to the silver plate. Okay, so this is motherboard screw. Now to go ahead and set this camera back over here. Okay, so now I believe next step would be to remove the motherboard. Oh wait, there's cables. Go ahead and remove these cables. Okay. Now, there are some more cables connected to the Wi-Fi antenna. Go ahead and remove those. So now, I believe that is all of these screws. Is there more stuff down here that I can't see? Oh no wait, don't I need to remove the fan? Yeah, there is a screw holding it down. There, I think that's finally all of the screws. Great, there's actually another hidden one. These things literally have really big fans. So now, to go ahead and, ooh, that is a dusty fan. Okay guys, so now it's time to go ahead and clean up this fan. So there's a bit of like dust that's in the shape of the fan itself. Ooh, that is a lot of dust coming out of there. Now we can go ahead and lift up the board and remove it. Unless there's something else that's gonna block us. There! Oh yeah, I forgot. Finally! Forgot about this thing. Finally! We have access to the internals. So now there is the power board that you will need to remove. Or you could just leave it like that. It is actually fine if you leave it in there, so it is safe. Don't worry if you just feel like being a bit lazy. So now, the next step. Ooh, this is an upgradable CPU. That's nice. You can actually upgrade. So I believe this is a socket G2 type CPU. So that means you can upgrade to a maximum of an Intel Core i7-3615QM. Which was the CPU that was in the base model MacBook Pro 2012. So that CPU is actually really strong. So it was in the base model 2012 15-inch MacBook Pro. So that's a really good option if you're trying to upgrade one of these things CPUs. But all we're really here for with the CPU is just to change out the thermal paste because it's probably dry, brittle, and flaky considering how hot this computer runs and how slow it is. And probably considering also the fact that it's been used constantly from 2009 or 2010 up until 2018. The previous owners used this thing a lot, they told me. So, this thing must have really dry paste. There we go, and it's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, now I'll be back with some cleaning supplies for this. Okay guys, so I'm back with some cleaning supplies. Now, let's get to work on this Toshiba board. So, basically what we're going to do is clean off the thermal paste on the CPU. And, yeah, we're going to go ahead and replace it. So, there we go. Got a nice amount of cleaning, rubbing alcohol in here, just to rub off the thermal paste. It's not as flaky as I thought it would be. It's kind of flaky, but not as much as I thought it would be. Yeah, so apparently my thermal paste has disappeared, so I'll be back in a second. Hey guys, so welcome to a few days later where I finally found my thermal paste. So now let's go ahead and give this Toshiba a fresh coat of thermal paste for the CPU. Let's get to reassembling this thing now. So to reassemble it, basically we'll just go ahead and align this up with the outline here, and then wait. Well, I think the flip camera just ran out of yep, it just ran out of recording space. Okay, well, we'll just continue with this camera then. Okay, so I do remember that how these go. So how these ones get which one connected to where. So because I remember the black one, there was tape over it, and the tape was like, I can still see part of the tape's like mark on the board. Okay. There. So now that that's on there, I can go ahead and put this crusty old tape back on. Go ahead and reassemble the computer now. So yeah guys, now we're gonna just go ahead and give the exterior of the laptop a final cleaning and we'll be done. So let's go ahead and start with the palm rest. This laptop is completely clean now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay safe, guys. Bye.